Yesterday you were 39, today you're 40. Congratulations, you're now considered protected class. No one can discriminate against you for getting that job because of your age. You don't feel any different than you did yesterday, but all of a sudden there's these external forces out there that are reminding you that you're getting older. And then you go to the mailbox at the age of 50 and there's a subscription for AARP. 55, you go out to a restaurant and glaring at you right there is the 55 and over senior meal. I mean, does it ever stop? All of these external forces are telling you that you're getting older and we're going to treat you a little bit differently. I guess for some people they would appreciate that, but that's not for me. I do not appreciate being treated differently. And I really seen this with Medicare when that kicked in. When I was 60, I was diagnosed with sleep apnea. And I remember going into the sleep center and they went over, they gave me a machine. I walked out with that machine, instructions on how to use it. And over the next couple of years, if there was any kind of problem or anything, I could just go directly to the sleep center or I could call them directly and get a replacement part for it or new hose or new mask, whatever it was. When Medicare kicked in, a couple of months afterwards, one thing happened that really threw me for a loop, and that was my machine, my CPAP machine, stopped working. And I called the sleep center up and they said, yeah, you definitely qualify for a new machine under your Medicare plan. We'll go ahead and get one shipped out to you. It would be about 10 days, 2 weeks. And I said, wait a minute, can't I just come in and pick one up like I have in the past? No, unfortunately, our Medicare patients, we have to ship directly to them. And it's, wait a minute, all this time you've been telling me how important it is to use this every night, and now you're telling me that I'm going to go a couple of weeks without using it. And they could not really give me a good answer, an acceptable answer to that. After I got off the call, I went onto YouTube and I went through some videos, troubleshooted the problem, and was able to fix the CPAP machine, and it's still fixed to this day. But in the meantime, they've already sent me a replacement. Guess what the replacement was? One series below the one that I had already had. I had a Series 11, they sent me a Series 10. And I remember calling them back on that. And they said, because of our Medicare plan, we ship with whatever we got. That was total BS. I know it was. They got plenty of those things. I don't know if it's just a cost-saving measure or something with Medicare, but the bottom line is that it was being treated differently again. And then I remember it was maybe a week or two after that, I get an email from my primary care physician. And she writes and she says, Bill, now that you are on Medicare, we're required to touch base with you once a year and see how you're doing. Can you please go ahead and schedule a visit with me? It doesn't have to be in person, it can be on video. And it's, gee, I never had to do that before I was 65, and now I'm having to do it now. All of these things that are making me feel a little bit different out there, and I would almost say marginalized, especially with that whole situation with the CPAP machine. And I refuse to fall for this. Yeah, I know that I'm getting older, but guys, you don't have to remind me that I'm getting older. Let me age at my own pace out there. It's like when I was working with my clients as a career coach, I primarily worked with individuals in mid to late career. These were all professionals, and their number one concern was age discrimination. But I can tell you this for a fact, and that was every single one of those individuals, although age discrimination was a factor, they did not feel old. They did not feel that they should be discriminated against. They knew that they could go in and do the job and they would have the drive and energy to do it. They knew they would be able to work with a younger manager, but it was a perception out there that they could not do it because they were an older worker. Some things have to change out there with the system, whether you're retired or whether you're working. And by the way, if you are working and you're facing some age discrimination, it has to start with age proofing your resume. And I have a video that I'll put a link to in the upper right hand corner, but I have a lot of other videos out there. I'm still keeping them on age related issues in the workforce. But anyway, it was just a quick rant today. Something I wanted to talk about, get off my chest, is how Medicare has made me feel a little bit marginalized recently. It hasn't left a good taste in my mouth. Sorry for the long rant. Thanks for stopping by. If you haven't done so already, make sure that you subscribe to this channel, hit the bell notification, as I do upload new videos each week. Thanks for stopping by, and I look forward to seeing you next Tuesday. Take care.